Welcome back. We'll see how good greed does. How well greed does. I'm keeping. Playing against player name. Probably. Yeah, we'll keep this. GLH. We are going to play the Fertile Thicket first and probably bottom everything. Since we have perfect mana, so. Unless it's an island. I'll probably take an island. Nope. Don't want any of those. Oh, yeah. Can't F8 because I have this endless one in hand. X can't be 0. Not true. It's patently untrue. Ooh. Awk. Ooh. Not Awk. Coral Helm Guide is definitely going under the Core Castigator bus, by the way. Its usefulness later in the game is... Ooh, goodness. That's... Did not mean to do that. Computer. There we go. Its usefulness in the late game does not outweigh its usefulness in the early game of me not getting killed by a stupid 3-1. I'll block. Okay. Alright, no tricks, which is nice. And a 2-3 to Drew Stalwart, sorry. I never have window sizing issues with any of my other programs, it's just Moto, by the way. Just gonna play a Sky Spawner here. And pass. Drawing double scattered was kind of awkward when I have this island, only one island, but our opponent sure as heck won't see the second one coming, that's for sure. No box. I've got this incubator drone that I can play next turn. Alright, cool. No need to play the Cinder Glade. Just gonna play this so I can scatter if necessary. Otherwise, I'll just play an incubator drone. Alright, my opponent is 3 colors, so they're not just playing the Drew Stalwart as a 2-3 for 3. Which is perfectly reasonable, by the way. Nobody's saying it's not Drew Stalwart. Colostria Healer. Yeah, dude, you do you. Can't attack with my Scions ever, but that's fine. I think I play the Sandstone Bridge and attack with Incubator Drone and Sky Spawner. Also, my opponent tapped out of white, which means that I'm no longer fearful of Gideon's Reproach. Not that I was before, but... The Sandstone Bridge also means that now I have a place to put my Scatter to the Winds counters. I'm probably just countering whatever it is they play here, especially if they tap out for it. Retreat to Hagra. Sure. Like I said, the good thing about Scatter to the Winds is they won't see the second one coming. Don't have any cards in exile right now. We're just gonna attack with Sky Spawner. That way we can hold up the Awaken on Scatter to the Winds. And it doesn't really matter that much. And, well, it does matter that much because if my opponent just double blocks, I'm trading Sandstone Bridge for a Tajru Stalwart, which is not great when I have an Endless One in hand. And another Scatter the Winds. It's too funny not to. Really. Literally have to. Also, my opponent has one card in hand, so I find it unlikely that I will get another opportunity to do that. Attack for 6, play another 6/6. Or attack for 8 even. This card is so efficient. It's just big for big mana. I'm gonna go ahead and call Encircling Fissure here. Doesn't mean I'm not going to attack with everything though. Okay, that works too. Like, any one option my opponent could have had there, just would not have done it. I do like putting in Felidar Cub and taking out... Maybe Brood Monitor is a little slow. Yeah, we'll run it like this. Felidar Cub is a good way to get rid of Retreat to Hagra and presumably Retreat to Emeria. Yeah, I can keep this. We'll keep. It's got some pretty powerful stuff going on. Especially late game. Early game, I'm just killing stuff. Or blocking, one of the two. And we get to represent Scatter to the Winds on turn 3, which is great. I like it. Zulaport Cutthroat, gross. Card's pretty good. My opponent's probably going to play like Forest to Drew Stalwart here. No blocks. No to Drew Stalwart. Sweet. We do keep drawing lands, which is a little annoying. But I think turn 4, we're just going to play Felidar Cub. Turn 5, it's just going to be Wavewing Elemental. Turn 6, Awakened Coastal Discovery. Alright, there's a retreat. That's going to be kind of annoying if my opponent has another land. They do. So the Cutthroat's going to become a 2/2. Natural Connection. Drawing a tap land here would be also pretty good. Coral Helm Guide works too, because this way I can play Felidar Cub, I'm immediately killing the retreat to Kazandu because we don't want any shenanigans. And then I'm playing Coral Helm Guide. My opponent, if they choose to attack into it, I'm most certainly blocking. Okay. Can't really express how happy I am that my opponent chose to do that to my Coral Helm Guide. They were probably just relieved that I was tapped out after that double scatter to the winds. Still most certainly blocking the Zulaport Cutthroat. Ruinous Path. Okay. I will also accept that. I am sort of getting beaten down here, but I get to cast Coastal Discovery next turn, play Eldrazi Devastator eventually too. I'm just gonna be a happy camper. Question here is, do I race? The answer I think is heck yes. Especially since my opponent has only presented Zulaport Cutthroat as a threat, and then next turn I can play Eldrazi Devastator if I so choose. That's a Tiju, Stalwart. Yup. Okay. So I guess I play Eldrazi Sky Spawner, leave the forest back. I could also Tightening Coils, but that seems like such a waste. We'll just pass the turn. And then next turn I can play Eldrazi Devastator while keeping forest up or whatever. Sure. Another reason why I'm glad I don't play Eldrazi Devastator into my opponent with cards in hand. I'll block your Cutthroat. Interesting. Pretty easily just blocking like this, taking one. Yeah. And then taking another one from the Cutthroat. I wonder if they have another removal spell. I've drawn a lot of lands. I mean, I've drawn a lot of spells too, but Eldrazi Devastator also not my best creature. Okay, sweet. I think we just Tightening Coils that, because blocking it would be a pain in the butt. Depending on what we draw, of course. Bone Splinters? Don't Bone Splinters me, bro. Alright, well. Not attacking with Colostria Healer, though, is a little suspect. Alright, well, Scatter to the Winds. You're useless. Basically. My opponent needs to cast a spell pre-combat here. Which is, like, the downside of Scatter. I'll take it. I'm playing Cloud Manta because I want to be able to block. Unfortunately, I won't be able to awaken Scatter to the Winds, but I'll probably end up countering whatever my opponent plays anyway because it might be relevant. Expedition Envoy. Yeah, I think I counter that. Kind of awkward. And if my opponent plays something just much better here, I'll be daggered, but can't really attack. See, we've got a couple of draws. That would be sweet. Desolation Twins. For sure. That's great. So yeah, we're kind of just hoping for Desolation Twins. That's lovely. I'll block. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Oh. I mean, I'll play it. Because if we do draw Desolation Twins, I can see us pulling out of it. If my opponent just draws blanks. Block. And this one, also worth. Okay, I'll block. Creature. Alright. This is a Revelation, but also kept us kept us alive. I think Dispel is worth putting in here over something. I don't know yet. I think Merc Strider's worse than Incubator Drone. As awkward as that is. I would like to be on the play, yes. Yeah, I'll keep this. With Fertile Thicket, I will use the ability looking for an island. Oh, hey. Glad I did that. So that means that there are 4 lands on the bottom of my library. The rest of my deck should just be gas, right? Playing out my lands like this because I do want to be able to play an untapped Cinderglade if I draw it. Also, Sandstone Bridge seems actually worth having. Yep. And I don't mind just scattering whatever my opponent plays first. Mrs. Renewal is good. I enjoy that card quite a bit. Well, yeah, if my opponent plays if they played a Tajuru Stalwart now, I'm fine. Retreat to Hagra. It's kind of awkward. I think I let that resolve. And I just play an Incubator Drone next turn. Lifespring Druid. Where were you last turn? I mean, it's fine, but... Yep, that's fine. If my opponent gives the Colostria Healer Death Touch, I'm definitely still blocking, yeah. What you doing? Okay. Yep, just block. Card could be annoying. I don't think my opponent expected that. Alright, so here I had the option of like casting Lifespring Druid and Nissa's Renewal before casting Windrider Patrol, but since I drew the Eldrazi Devastator, I don't really care if my opponent like kills my first thing. I just want to start putting pressure on the board. Alright, well, my opponent had the planes. Or drew it, rather. It's fine. Land. That also works. I'm just going to play Sky Spawner and Lifespring Druid. Because I think the way I win this game is by resolving Nissa's Renewal. Alright, well, Core Castigator is definitely getting blocked by Sky Spawner eventually. I'll take 2. So we'll get 2 islands and a forest. And we won't attack because that's not worth it. Sure. I'd like to draw something I can play and hold up Scatter to the Winds with. That works, I suppose. Yeah, I'll Tightening Coils this guy. Because I don't want my Eldrazi Devastator to just get insta-killed. Which is probably what's happening. Or what would happen, rather. And I also don't want to get just insta-murdered by this Beastmaster. Way to tap out, friend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Cloud Manta is a good option. Yep. Happens. Okay, that's fine. Now I have something to do with Lifespring Druid. Just block the Expedition Envoy. My opponent has 1 card in hand too, so that's pretty good. Do I... block the McKinley Patrol? No, I don't think I blocked the Tajuru Stalwart either. I just take 3 here. I don't want my opponent to be like, natural connection, gotcha. I don't know. Just that would attack felt weird. Bone Splinters. Okay, well, that's too bad. But my opponent is now out of cards. I have a bajillion lands on the battlefield. And a removal spell in hand. No double blocks. Alright, well, I think I just pass the turn here and take my legs for McKinley Patrol. Potentially. Zulaport Cutthroat. I'm just gonna exile the McKinley Patrol then. If that's the best I can do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. Well, I'll block. My opponent still has to smite the monsters in their deck. It's fine. Fortified Rampart. Okay. Gideon's Reproach was a nice draw. Makes me feel very secure. I'm also not going to play the land or attack with my Sandstone Bridge because I can just block it with a Fortified Rampart. Sure. I'll take 2. Alright, so my opponent has to block the Fortified Rampart. Or block with the Fortified Rampart. And attacking with Sandstone Bridge doesn't really do anything because they get to drain me, so it doesn't matter so much. My opponent can't really afford to attack here, methinks. So, fun fact, what I can do here is... No, I can't do that anymore since he did that. Alright, I'll just play Felidar Cub. That's cool. Oh, duh. This trigger happens afterwards. It's not like lifelink. Yeah. Alright, cool. Got there. Deck is sweet. Mono green all the time. Let's go. Playing green again. That's me. Game 2 was a little awkward, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'll see you in round 2.